Alright, so I'm going to show you how I run through a full wet shave. Today I'm going to be using a Maxwell June. This is made with a double-edged blade like this that you put into a 3D device, a 3D printed device, and kind of press down, and it folds and snaps the blade in half. That puts into there. It mimics like the Schick Atra. Was it Schick Atra or Gillette Atra 2? Something like the first cartridge blades out there were two blades. You can still find them here and there, but actually I like this razor, and what I like about it is the feel and the shave. It has a really nice close shave. It has a lot of good feedback when you're shaving with it. You're probably going to hear it's pretty audible. What I don't like is this is easy to slide off, so you have to be a little gentle with it. This being this front piece right here, which holds the blades in. And I don't like that the screw thread is proprietary to this head. I can't use another handle on here. And that it could be a little tighter, like maybe another thread or two. I don't know really how you do that. I'm not a machinist or engineer or anything like that. But it's kind of easy to come unscrewed. This is a very early edition of this, so it may have made those changes, what have you. And those aren't really a deal breaker. Those are just kind of, hey, give complete and honest feedback of everything. There you go. All right, so I just showered. My water's warm. I'll take wet in the face, and I'll take whatever soap I'm gonna use, and I put water on there. You can see that, and I'll dump that out right before I shave. Okay, and you guys been down to the shop or know us for a while, you know. We always talk about the shave oil. I practice what I preach. Put a little bit of water in my hand, a few drops. Rub that together, rub it in. Alright. And also I have my shave brush soaking. I'll shake out the excess, just kind of give it one good whack. Take that moistened thing of soap, start lathering up. I'm just kind of loading the brush here. I'm not going to worry about doing a whole lot of work on top of the puck here. You don't have to do it this way. This is the way I do it. You can take and scoop a little bit out, put it into a bowl. You can load your bristles, then go to a bowl. I just do it like this because, well, I want to. And more than anything, I'm just kind of scruffing that hair. I'm not really worried about distributing lather. I'm just kind of exfoliating, letting it feel good down in there. You know what I mean? Fan my brush out like that to get the top lip. Massage it in real well. Then I'll go back and paint on a thick layer if I want to. Plenty there in the brush still. 2 or 3 passes, whatever we need. We can also go back to the soap. That is not a problem. Alright, clean my hands. Still keeping the warm water. Dry my hands. I also have a long handle version of this as well. Both about, you know, I don't know if I like one more than the other. Or less, however you want to word that. You hear that? So cool. The angle over the head feels pretty natural when you're going against the skin. Like, you don't have to really tilt it up and down. Some razors you do. It cleans fairly well. You know, if you're an avid double-edged user, yeah, who is this razor for? I guess for those that really love the two-bladed cartridge razors, definitely for you. But I think for the person that likes just unique stuff too, you know, neat things, gadgets that work. That feels really good right there. Now I kind of just tighten up a little bit here, not much. Now I may be going a little fast because I've been doing this a very long time. I know my tools, my razors, whatever. Don't mean I won't mess up though. This is a pretty safe razor too, though, honestly. I would call it a little bit on the aggressive side, but not like aggressive where you can't go a couple passes in your sensitive area zone. So I don't know, maybe I'm just confusing the harder feedback with aggressiveness, you know what I mean? Company's been around a while, and I'm glad to see they're still around. Yeah, I don't see a lot about them here and there. But a great group of people. If I'm not mistaken, it's like a couple guys, and they're usually very responsive, and customer service has been incredible. No, they don't pay me to tell you that or anything. I don't use this a lot. I don't recommend it a lot just because, well, honestly, I forget about it. It is going to be a bit of a learning curve. Yeah, I think it depends on the person. If it's somebody I know that's kind of like into cool stuff, gadgetry, and not gadget in the sense of like novelty, like piece of junk. No, not by any means. Gadgets in like, you know, cool stuff like, you know, 3D printed blade apparatus deal. I do have another video of that showing just how that loads, but I'll show you here in just a second. What I'm doing is I'm kind of feeling the level of slickness here. That's why you see me, I wet my hand, put a little bit more water right there. Now while there's a lot of lather there, it was feeling a little bit sticky, and I want it more wet. So when people first start wet shaving, it's almost like they don't understand they can put as much lather on their face as they want to, or they can, you know, completely wipe it down and re-lather. It's called wet shaving. Like, get wet, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry so much about if you have to re-lather. The soap, honestly, is pretty darn cheap. Even if you spend 20 bucks a tub for it, the way it goes, it stretches out, it lasts, and your comfort in your face is much more important than that. Now, what I do is I do a little rinse off, and I'll kind of use my hand and feel any rough spots I might have missed. And I find this stage for me is a little bit better with just water, because it's like I've kind of removed that layer of protection that might have covered up some stubble. That makes sense, you know? Could just be in my head, but yeah, it's kind of my thought process. And there we go. And sometimes when I go to cold water, I feel it even more. So cold water kind of strips all the soap off. Kind of helps those little hairs feel a little wrecked, but you have to use a soft touch because this is where you're going to light yourself up. I'm not hearing anything, that's good. What, I've been there forever. Look right there. And I feel when I'm pushing the limits, it starts to get a little bit inflamed feeling, a little bit, you know, red feeling, or not red, you can't feel a color. Some people hear them, I guess, or what do you see colors? I don't know, hear colors. You know, maybe you can feel a color. So yeah, that's got that pretty good. Now, if you want to go for a super close, you could lather up again and go. If you do, go really, really light. If you really want to get into it, you could like step down to a more mild razor for your second pass. I'm showing you what I do, and that's what I do. And the more I kind of hang out, I feel another little spot I want to get. So I'll get that. Yeah, feels good. And you know, I try to get every hair that I can, but I'm not like gonna spend 45 minutes with this super smooth thing, because my, you know, 9 o'clock tonight is gonna be stubble again anyway, so. And when you get really smooth, you're pushing irritation. Again, this is for me, like I'm doing super smooth, like, you know, crazy. When you're just going 3 or 4, 5 pass type deal, trying to chase. Now for me, I find that, you know, you're really pushing your skin to the limits there, and you tend to keep your hands on your face a lot when you do that, which is going to increase the chance of irritation anyway. So you do all the work for naught. And I'm probably pushing my limits right here on this, honestly. If it does, I'll come back and let you know. If not, I'll leave it alone. So that's that. I did put cold water on, but I'm going to do cold water again, kind of get everything off. Sometimes here I'll use what's called an alum block or an alum block, A-L-U-M. It's basically, alum is an ingredient sometimes in deodorant. It's also like the main ingredient with the styptic pencils. It will close up pores. It's kind of a good natural astringent. I don't have it right here in front of me, so I'm not going to worry about it. I did say sometimes, I don't always do that. Honestly, the post steps just depend on how my face feels after the shave. A lot of times, sometimes I will just go just like this and kind of don't mess with aftershave or whatever. Today I am, just because I'm here on video and want to. So what aftershave are we going to use? We'll use the Trolley Square Barbers. This is out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And the Trolley Square. It smells like a mixture of kind of Brute or Aqua Velva, something like that. Very nice, very nice. I like it. Good burn. Alright, now burn. Do you want burn? That's personal preference. So there's this thing that alcohol was more of in communal places to help keep spread of infection down from client to client. But now that we have better disinfectants and, you know, more aware of spread of diseases, alcohol is not really necessary. It's more damaging to your skin. So a lot of people have like an oil-based aftershave. I have plenty of those as well. I do like those. Those are fine. There are some really good ones out there and some that just feel like a bunch of oil. You find the one that works for you. And then, you know, there's always, if you use multiple, in what order do you use them? I like to use splash first, and then I'll go to a balm. Or I'll use, if I'm using an oil, I'll use a splash first, I'll go to a balm. Now, if I use all three, then I've got some major irritation. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do like a splash, and then I'll put the balm on, and then I'll put a little bit of oil in there. And if it's still kind of burning, I'll wipe everything off with cold water, really kind of freeze that face down, and then I'll put some more oil on, oil-based aftershave. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It comes like in a little teardropper, looks like beard oil or something like that. I'll show you some. Today I'm going to use the Duke Cannon aftershave balm, ice cold. I really like this stuff as far as, you know, things to get that are kind of readily available. This and the Nivea, I think, are excellent aftershaves, yeah, that are out there on the market. This is also a great aftershave splash, Parasso, been around forever. Quintessential barbershop scent. Excellent stuff. Just rub it in. Nice and cooling. I like a cooling aftershave. Some people don't. Complete preference. I don't think one's any better or worse for you. Okay, so this is a bottle of the oil-based aftershave. Here's the ingredients right there. All right. I'm pretty sure this dude went out of business, but yeah, it's all right. This stuff's gonna last for a long time. Comes with a little dropper. You just literally 3 or 4 drops would do your whole face. I mean, it's good stuff. That's all I got. That's how I do it. Got any questions, let me know. Be glad to walk through it, kind of explain more in detail. That's it. I mean, that you can see it doesn't really take that long. I mean, it took a little longer. I'm stopping to explain stuff and everything else, but there you go. Hope you enjoy.